And since it's a Y, we'll just be throwing stuff on there as we think of it.
All right, Zach, I'm so excited. I pressed the record button. Mira's here.
Hello.
Hi, yes, hello. How are you?
I like how Zach said hello after I
I was saying hi to Mira. I was saying hello to my friend Mira Reed from the internet.
You know we're not friends. You know we're reluctant coworkers.
I,
Wait, I thought
I,
you guys as friend. You two might be coworkers with each other. I didn't know we
I,
worked together.
I am friends with anybody who's gone to karaoke with
Yay.
Oh, I'm not friends with a lot of people who've gone to karaoke with me.
me.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. Ah, I did Evanescence recently. I did Bring Me to Life. I did Is it
Wake
Amy?
me
Is it
up.
Amy Lee? I did Amy Lee's part in Bring Me to Life. It was really good. Weirdly, it was
I
actually
I love
fantastic.
I love doing the other part. We should do that as a duet sometime.
I would love to. I said to the crowd, "You guys have to do the part that goes "Wake me up," and they did. It was great.
Everybody can do that part. It's
Yeah,
great.
I can't wake up.
That's what I shout every morning. My alarm goes off.
You have to go to work, and you're like, "Save me!"
The end of the Friday, I get off work at the end of the week and save me from the nothing I've become.
Yeah, yeah. These are the jokes. Oh, hey, you guys, this video is sponsored.
Oh
Is it?
boy,
Oh,
who's
man.
sponsored by?
It's sponsored by me, Zach. It's
Woo!
sponsored by me. I'm Venmoing you $25 right now.
That's excellent because I just spent $25 on something. I was like, I probably shouldn't have bought that. So now it doesn't matter.
Is that how money works?
Yeah, exactly. Now it was free.
You
Yeah, yeah.
throw a banana, take a buck. Banana, buck.
Uh, Zach, this video is sponsored by me. Because as part of our resolution thing, I needed to become proficient at a new sport, and the sport I have chosen is cycling. So I am riding in the Ride for Roswell this year. Roswell Park Cancer Institute is a pretty famous cancer research center in Western New York, who happens to have saved my dad's life, very literally. So I'm riding in the Ride for Roswell, and I don't expect to, as a part of that, donate a lot of money, but the link will be in the description if anyone wants to donate on behalf of my little like I say team. It is a team, but I'm the only one on the team.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the Ride for Roswell, it's for the Roswell Park Cancer Center, and this money will go to help people with cancer. I do like to imagine when they literally saved your dad's life, they were like breaking him out of like a prisoner of war camp Rambo style, and it was unrelated to like
Yeah.
treatment.
Yeah. This is not related to his lymphoma. This is a different
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. They actually didn't take care of that, but they had to bust him out of jail first so he could get it taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh, I was imagining them like busting him out of Area 51 because you said Roswell.
You
Oh
know
yeah.
I've never made that connection before. But yeah,
Oh, that was the first
absolutely.
thing I thought of. I thought you were doing like a bike race out in the desert.
Because Roswell Park is such a household name in Western New York.
Yeah.
Like every single person knows Roswell Park. Um, but outside of Western New York, Roswell, New Mexico is the most famous.
Yeah. And it is literally just named after a guy whose name was Roswell Park. I've been to
Yeah,
his grave before.
yeah,
He was just really good at treating cancer. He was like a prolific surgeon back in the day.
yeah. He pulled a bullet out of a famous guy.
He did. He did pull
Was
a
it
bullet out of the
Reagan?
president. No,
No,
McKinley.
no, wrong
Oh.
president. Yeah.
No, notably, the people who pulled a bullet out of Reagan still ended up saving his life.
Yeah, they were
The
they
guy
were
who pulled a
better
bullet out of
surgeons than
McKinley didn't
Roswell
do much
Park.
for him. Sorry to the McKinley family. Buffalo was not kind to you.
No, that's very true. Not that you deserve.
Then again, McKinley was not a great president for humanitarian purposes.
Zach,
I
we
don't think.
cannot we cannot get into a McKinley debate.
Yeah,
Actually,
we
get into a
cannot get into a
McKinley debate
McKinley
in the
debate.
comments below. Actually, maybe don't do that. Maybe
You
don't
don't
do
do
that in the
that.
comments.
Don't make. Don't make. It's too soon, by the way, to make McKinley assassination jokes. It's only been 123 years, so it's still too soon.
I wonder if
So
YouTube is. I wonder if YouTube is gonna ding us for this conversation.
definitely don't make McKinley
No.
assassination jokes in the
Zach,
comment.
definitely don't repeat that sentence. All of this
Okay,
happened in Minecraft in
in my
1898.
Leon Trollblock was the Minecraft player.
Yeah.
One
This
person found that joke really
I
funny.
don't
One
know who
person's
this
actually
joke is for. This is what these episodes always damn turn into, Zach. It's just you and me telling jokes for you and me.
Yeah, but why change a formula that works?
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
Tom. I have a Y episode
I would
for you.
love to be a part of this Y episode.
Mira, you can be part of this Y episode too if you want. You
Cool.
are here after all.
Can the cat? I'm house sitting and I dropped off for a bit because I'm petting the cat.
Oh, I understand that entirely. I was petting a dog earlier and I got lost in it for like an hour.
Oh, I think
The
Gray Cat.
petting and playing with her ears because she's goofy.
I think Gray Cat
Uh,
is like right under this table.
and we're all covered in animal hair today. Is what I'm learning. Uh,
Yay.
the
Yay.
cats welcome to guest too. Both cats.
Yeah,
Tom, your first.
the cat is only welcome if they bring good A Song of Ice and Fire takes.
Yes.
Callie's pretty smart. What do you think? Yeah, she's in.
All right, nice.
Beautiful. Uh, the quote is
Yeah.
10 days is not unduly long. There was once a choosing that lasted near 2 years, some 700 votes. The brothers will come to a decision in their own time. This is a quote from Maester Aemon.
The brothers will come to a decision in their own time. Did I get this right?
And add after 2 years long and 700 votes.
700 votes. Oh my god. Zach, I want to whole shot this. I know what it is.
Uh-huh.
I know what it is. Am I allowed to whole shot it when you get mad at me?
You could.
Okay,
This
wait.
is a
I have an
Y, so
idea.
you can try and whole shot it. I don't have an answer.
How about Tom? Because I also have a whole shot. How about Tom presents his and then I present mine, and then Zach, you tell us how close we were.
I mean, again, I don't know what the answer is. So the answer is you're both equally close. But
Zach,
yes,
you
both of
know
you whole
this is
shot
the
it.
internet. You get to decide whether we're right or not. This is a game.
This is true. No,
Yay.
the number of people who like your comment determine whether you're right or not.
Yeah, in the comments below, someone comment Mira's and someone comment mine. And then just like the one that you think is correct. We're gonna
We
vote
might
on
have the
it.
same
We're getting
ones.
hella engagement on this one.
We might have the same one, but in that case, that'll make the comments way funnier.
True.
Yeah, it'll just be an opinion poll on you, the two of you.
Damn it, I don't like my odds. Um, I think you are asserting that this is about the election of Brendan Rivers.
He was one that I had in mind for this as a potential answer.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
a couple points in history that feel like they would be well suited for this. There's another point in history that also came to mind. I want to talk about it, and I want to compare it to some other things that are similar IRL as a food for thought sort of thing.
Okay.
Uh, Mira, what's your take?
Okay, so my thought was 2 years is a really long time, and how on earth could they have gotten anything done with the commanders from Eastwatch and the Shadow Tower, which uh, y'all just uploaded the video that we did about Jon Snow's election. So everybody go watch that because it's really good. Um, and how on earth could this have functionally gone on for 2 years? And my thought is that George just doesn't think about stuff like that sometimes, and he'll just come up with big numbers. And I was thinking this was one of the like long timey ago ones, so like pre-Targaryen invasion, like maybe the Night King election, and maybe that's how he was able to um take over the night for it because he hadn't like officially been elected yet and he had like his people who were supporting him. But like nobody felt like they could stop him. Uh yeah, so that was my thought.
Oh, that's an interesting fun take. How you're right. You're right. Logistically, going 2 years without a leader is hard.
Yeah, and
Conceivably,
functionally ungovernable at that point.
conceivably, you could have an acting Lord Commander like Alistair. Alistair is basically the acting Lord Commander
Mhm.
during the battle for the wall. Um, uh, 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 and I could conceivably see politically an acting Lord Commander um, intentionally deadlocking the vote for an extended period of time, because because the Night's Watch because the voting has the capacity to become so factional. Um, if instead of two clearly defined camps, there were three, it could become deadlocked for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh,
Right, and say it's Bloodraven. If Bloodraven is one of those camps, if let's see, how many do you need? In Yeah, I think that you could conceivably deadlock the entire election with a coalition of like 300 people. You could conceive it like permanently deadlock it. Um, and even though you don't have a majority, you could basically make sure that nobody ever wins. Um, and if you had 400 people and you didn't want a winner, right? You wanted to wait for, I don't know, maybe a notable political rival to die. You could conceivably intentionally deadlock that for a long time too. That's fun. This is an interesting
this is a
conversation
very
topic.
interesting why, because now there's so many ways this could happen. It also the years and vote total are interesting because we don't know how like front loaded or back loaded the voting was. Maybe it was sparse with like heavy periods, or maybe they really were there casting. At that point, there's more than some 2 years long. So uh, I believe it says specifically it's a little bit shorter than 2 years on the wiki, and I don't know where they're getting that from. It might be that I read the quote wrong. Also, hold on, let me pull it up. Uh,
Well,
oh, it lasted
if the
near.
person who oh sorry.
So we're talking, roughly uh, a vote per day if you're cutting it off a little bit less than 2 years. Uh, if they only did one ballot a day, that could work out math wise, or they could have taken multiple rounds of like voting 3 or 4 times a day during a week, failed, gone back to doing their duties, and then all that. We know they're voting every day for John, correct? I just started my storm reread, so
Yes, I believe that they vote like once a day with dinner.
yeah. So this implies that this is like a long-standing like disagreement that has a vote functionally every day. That
Um,
is almost sort of inconceivable.
but I sort of enjoy your other like way of discussing it because ours only went to what 10 votes, 9 votes.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Um,
Ding, by the way.
nice. Um,
Uh,
now hold
John
on,
John is hold on, let me get the exact number here.
because ours only went to about 9 votes. Um, but like if it stretched to 50, if it went to 50 days, I could conceivably see people being like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do like a congressional recess. You guys all go back. I will be acting Lord Commander for 2 months, and then and then we will come back and do 2 votes a day or 3 votes a day when you guys get back, which is another like political tool that could be used. I wonder if there's bylaws for that.
Probably not right. Well,
And it is kind of a bureaucratic organization.
Yeah, and there are all those books that Sam found, like all those records.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that because John was like, oh, why do we care what they ate 500 years ago? And Sam is like, so that we can know what to eat. Like, this is just good planning, John.
Yeah. How do we know? Why do we care what they ate 300 years ago? Because we can see how much they stocked up before a 2-year winter, and we know how many people died, so we can estimate how much food we will need. John.
I can't believe Sam thought John would be a good Lord Commander after that conversation.
Yeah. To be fair, if John listened and changed his tune after that, he would be a good Lord Commander because he's capable of listening to counsel, which is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is why we
showing good
love
leadership.
John and Stannis, because John and Stannis listen to Sam and Davos.
Yeah.
When you have advisors listen to them. This is actually I commented just earlier on RIG's thinking of doing a big brain Mace video, and I said I think Mace is not like actually smart. He just knows how to listen to his advisors and appoints largely like competent people to those positions. Uh, and I think that's a fair guess. And Stannis is not brilliant, and other than being like good at military tactics. And John is not like by all accounts a genius either. He's quick to witted to some extent. He thinks on his feet very well. What his superpower is listening to people and internalizing it.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so good.
He's just a clever guy willing to learn.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to improve your own life, be like John. It really does work.
If you want to improve your life, our sponsor, Skillshare.
Use the code you know nothing Jon Snow to get 1 month free.
Oh, as soon as you said that, a crow started cawing near me.
Oh no!
There's a crow. There's a crow that's been hanging outside the window behind me this whole recording, and I'm like, this is kind of
No,
spooky.
wait a minute.
Now
There's
you
been
have a
crows.
crow.
There's been crows outside my house all day.
God, Bloodraven's really into this recording.
Oh no! Mm-hmm.
I love this for us.
I love
Absolutely.
this first
Ooh,
also.
do you guys have ravens in New York?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
We
no
have-
ravens down here, I don't think.
They're very pretty.
I was
Oh.
just in Baltimore, so I like to think this raven followed me from there, and it's the one that tormented Poe back in the day. He's just been hanging around.
Eat my shorts.
Classic.
I
Tom,
like this thing we do. What?
Tom slash Mira, I have another hint on here from real life.
Oh.
Very relevant one.
Oh, does it have to do with specific 19th century politics?
No, it's specific 21st century politics.
God damn it.
Ooh. That's
In fact,
worse. Oh
in fact, it might have to do with specific last year politics.
no.
Last year, 2023?
We were having a great time laughing about this. Twice.
What is this clue that doesn't reveal things about us personally?
Everybody watched this on TV and on the news. What went to many ballots twice last year?
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
I mean, yes, but no.
Marijuana. This is the episode where Tom and I morph into the same. This is why Tom and I can't work together. It
Yeah.
has to be me and Zach, I think.
Yeah. This is the episode where Mira and I systematically disassemble the recording. Yeah.
It's hard to have a talk show when both your guests are busy eating the couch.
Well, it depends on what kind of talk show you're doing. If you're the producer, it's awesome. If you're the host, it sucks.
What Tom isn't telling you guys is that he is the producer.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, I'm so tired.
Uh,
Okay, so
I
what else was on the ballot last
yeah.
year?
Tell me.
what was prominently followed as a happening in Washington D.C. twice in 2023?
Oh,
Did they
Uh,
elect a new mayor?
I
Oh, is
think I
this
think
about the speaker?
ding. Uh, the hint I have here is in January 2023, a vote for Speaker of the House went to 15 ballots. Later in October of the same year, there was another vote that went to 4 ballots. The first lasted 4 days and the second lasted 8 days.
Zach, I don't
This
know
was
how
considered.
fast you think I can type. I don't know. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Someone has, I don't know how fast you think I can type on their bingo card, and they just got bingo. Feel good about
Ugh.
Yeah, you guys went for your merch. I want a sticker that says that.
I also want that sticker. That sounds fun. I have the merch store. I have the domain bought. I just haven't set it up yet. Oh my god. My brain hurts.
So, where'd you hold on? Let me actually look at your
In
screen.
January 2023, vote for Speaker of the
Speaker
House
of the
went
House
for
went to
53
15 ballots.
ballots. 50? 15?
15.
Oh,
15. 15. Yes.
later in the year,
Uh,
Ooh,
another
there
one.
went a
and
hawk.
October same year, another one went for 4 ballots.
Okay.
The first one lasted 4 days, and the second one lasted 8 days.
Lasted 4 days. Second lasted 8 days. Now I think I see what you're driving at here. Those numbers don't square quite perfectly.
They don't square quite perfectly, and also I want to know, you remember what it was like watching this at the time.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's
it
like,
was
oh my God, the government is completely non-functional and it's embarrassing. And as somebody who hates the party who's doing this, it's really funny.
it
It
was
was
really
really
funny.
funny until it started impeding our ability to actually do things.
Yeah, it was really funny for the first day. Maybe the first
And then it
two.
got more concerning each day.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it was like you know, like right, you guys remember right at the beginning of lockdown when it was like kind of a curiosity, and then
Yep. Yep.
by like day 5 you were like, oh no, is this forever?
Yep. Yep.
That was how I felt.
Yeah. On the third candidate, the second time around, who had to drop themselves out of contention, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
uh
who
yep.
who the hell? They're gonna have to find the dog catcher of DC and just put him in as a ringer. And they were pretty close to doing that,
And I
all things
recognize that
considered.
most people probably didn't follow this as closely as we did. I'm sure there's supercuts online. I strongly recommend them. Go,
Yeah,
please.
find some commentary on this. If you're not in America and can watch it as a spectator sport, this was like watching a team get blown out. This is like watching that one Miami Dolphins game. Is somebody who has no opinion on either team.
Yeah,
You're just there to watch one team get trampled.
it's like imagine watching, like, as an American, imagine watching cricket. But everyone on the field is hammered. Uh, you have no idea what's going on, and neither does anyone on the field.
One team's never even played cricket before, you think, or at least they're acting that way. When you find out they've been playing cricket since the mid 1800s, you're gonna be shocked.
Yeah, yeah, when you're like, wait a minute, some of these people have been playing cricket for 35 years? What do you mean?
uh,
Anyway,
so Tom, the votes don't. There could have been multiple votes. The days don't have to line up perfectly, but at the same time, this was dysfunction city, right? This
yeah.
was as bad as it gets. How do you go on as an organization where your peers with this level of dysfunction and divide for two
Yeah.
years without it destroying the Night's Watch? Maybe it kind of did, and maybe the Night's Watch we have now came out on the other end very different.
With Bloodraven
Yeah.
at the helm.
Or the Night King.
With the Night King at the helm.
Yeah, so there's some
Or
good
the
contenders
Night's
here.
King.
There's
I'm
Blood Rage.
sorry. I
Yeah,
did a stupid. I meant the
No,
Night's King.
no,
no, it's okay.
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar was in charge.
No, no, we
Uh,
we we never make mistakes on this podcast. We always say exactly what we mean.
yes. So, the Knights King's a strong contender. Bloodraven's a strong contender. There's also all um the Faith Militant who got sent up there and had a
Ooh.
violent like moment. That's another uh potential contender for the period. As this happened when the Faith Militant were shipped up there.
Putting both of those.
So you know how people have been, this is like a total tangent. Um People have been speculating that like Stannis is like a Night's King figure because he's like taking over the Night Fort and has like blue eyes or whatever.
Mhm.
What if Euron is actually like the Night's King figure? Because the other thing the Night's King supposedly did was like bewitch his followers into like following him to do sacrifice, which arguably is what Euron is doing.
Hang on, let me think here. Yeah, yeah, because the Night's King
Yeah.
is not like he is spoken about like an evil person, but it certainly seems like he was enthusiastically followed. Um, uh,
Yeah, he was a
uh,
compelling figure
yeah, I think that's an interesting point. That
because he had to get that position from a vote. In
that
maybe he was a good person, and then after he was elected to a lifetime position, became corrupted. But that doesn't seem fully George R. R. Martin. There should have been warning signs from the beginning, at least.
holy shit, Mira, that's a wild theory. Holy shit. Yeah, I just built the timeline in my brain. Uh 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 Euron like does his whole like eldritch thing outside of Old Town. It doesn't do anything right away by design. Uh and he intentionally gets captured and makes sure he gets captured by a northern lord and pleads to go to the Night's Watch. And then he somehow takes the power that he gains out that sacrifice and brings it north into the Night Fort.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he like honestly, if he gets captured by I don't know, if he gets captured by like any of the like the old Nori or the Flints or any of them, they will absolutely send him to the Night's Watch.
Or the like the Manderleys and Davos would say like if because Davos is out by Skagos and stuff. And he would be really gunning for Stannis to get more men at the wall.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah. It would seem like a very good military maneuver to gain a bunch of seasoned Iron Men as as members of the Night's Watch, when in actuality, what you've done is create a new faction at the Night's Watch.
And
yeah.
Cotter Pike would be like, hell yeah,
Hell yeah,
more of my
Counter
guys
Pike!
Oh
to
yeah,
help with
how to,
Hardhome.
Absolutely! Oh my god, wait a minute! Euron could gain favor by going and rescuing their asses.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He would swoop in as the hero, and Cotter Pike, who served under Greyjoy's before he was there, would be like, "Hey, cool. Thank you for showing up, dude. Hey, we have another king already fighting for us. Why don't you join in?" And if that's part of Euron's plan, uh, then like he would already go in with a ton of support. We saw in our election video, just having one of the two of them makes you a leading contender.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, someone
and
someone write this fanfic and then submit it to Preston Jacobs for the book.
Yeah. Yeah, please. This is awesome. I now just to be clear, all right, I don't think this tracks.
I need this to happen.
But it is awesome.
I love a chapter from the perspective of somebody trying to get people to vote against Euron, like trying to find a consensus candidate, failing.
Oh. Oh hell yeah. Right, and then and like he meets up with Stannis, and Stannis is like, "You called yourself king," and Euron's like, "Don't worry, I took the oath. I renounced my claim to the Iron Throne." Wink.
Oh
I'm not.
my
Don't worry,
god.
I'm not gunning for that throne.
Yep.
Yeah, and there would be nothing Stannis could do because once you swear your vows, you're like absolved of the crime.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Yeah. Hey, all right. This is
What
kind
a
of fun,
what a
actually.
fun and interesting tangent. Somebody write that fanfic. I agree.
Yeah. That's kind of good. Yeah, he takes whatever he did and like because he could conceivably become the most popular person on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Actually,
sure. If he brings his
very
own people with him
easily.
who are mind thralls, basically. Yeah.
Well, and we already talked about how Cotter Pike basically can decide any election.
Yeah.
That if Cotter
Yeah.
Pike and the Castle Black men are in agreement.
Holy shit. Like full like maybe Euron comes maybe the next election gets completely stalled because John is dead. There is no Lord Commander at this moment. The next election is completely stalled and John is
And
either dead or a dog for a period of months. Um
we
I don't know who the next
John
Lord
is not
Commander would be.
alive. The person who is basically the second place contender, not including the regional ones who never win. Cotter Pike being somebody who could be persuaded in this case, meaning that the numbers you have to clear are smaller. Like Janos Slint is also very dead. So
Yeah.
who's going to be the candidate? Like if this is if the leading candidate, the incumbent dies, and the opponent of the other faction is dead, you get to start from scratch basically because there is no the only clear like ideological heir there could be to John is Sam, who's not there. Maester Aemon, who is dead, could carry on some sort of similar philosophy. He also wouldn't consider himself even if he was alive. And then you have Dolorous Ed, who won't probably want to be Lord Commander. Notably, in the show, he did become Lord Commander, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
And the show, you
Uh,
will note, absolutely sucks.
yes, Ed said, "I would make a terrible Lord Commander," which is not a great campaign speech for somebody who wants to be Lord Commander.
Lord Commander Euron Greyjoy?
Yeah, I didn't even think this could be setting up for another sort of like period of instability that somebody takes advantage of at the Night's Watch, but it totally could. That could have been set up.
Yo, this absolutely rocks, by the way. This is fantastic.
Yay.
Yeah, this is really good. Let's go, guys.
Yeah,
Why do we do any other kind of video? This is just really good.
yeah.
I
So do we
I
want to
just want
jump
to do
back?
this and the pun episodes.
Yes. Do we want to jump backwards in time to try and figure out when we think this vote happened? Because
Mm,
I think the Night King. I think that is now probably the Night's King is probably my favorite. Do we
I have
want to assert that that's the case, or do we want to explore the Blood Raven and Faith Militant options, or
yo,
maybe some of the others?
I actually have another option.
Give me the option.
Ooh,
When hang on, what's her name? Not Rhaenyra. Rhoynar, help me. Who's the queen of the Rhoynar?
Nymeria.
Nymeria, thank you. When Nymeria came over and she and Mors Martell, I think, like basically like speed take over Dorne. Um, she sends 7 kings, um, including a Dane and a bunch of others, to the wall. She sends them chained in golden fetters. And 7 different factions of 7 people calling themselves king makes for political instability, I would wager.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Then you have 7 factions who can't agree on anything.
Yeah, and
Uh
on top of the already existent, like all the people who are already there, right? All
yeah,
of them.
there's already an ideological split presumably existent, and then you add 7 new diehard because if you go with your king, you're still going to feel some loyalty to the guy.
Yeah,
And if those 7 kings all hated each other, and of course this is a Song of Ice and Fire, so the answer is yes, they did. Uh, they're not going to want to compromise at all.
yeah, right. The Danes are not going to vote with the Oakhearts, and the Oakhearts are not going to vote with the other people I can't remember. Um,
The Dalts,
Yeah, sure.
the Manwoodies.
Yeah. uh, so I think that's a very interesting contender. That was about 600 years ago, something to that effect. That's a cool one. I like that one.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, you can throw that one up on the board if you want.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The Kings of Dorne.
The King of Dorne. It's just it's always been interesting to me that she sent them to the wall. When presumably like the Rhoynar really have no connection to the north at all, and Dorne doesn't really have any connection to the
It's
north
weird they
either.
even knew that was an option.
Yeah. I find it really interesting that they decided to do, because like in the short term it's much more politically advantageous to just kill them.
It's a
Uh,
long trip too. People escape being taken to the wall
all the
all the
time.
time.
All the time.
It happens in pretty much every book, actually.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much every like, it happens in Song of Ice and Fire. We hear about it happening in Fire and Blood. I don't know if it's happened in Dunk and Egg yet, but like, God, man, it might. Like, we're getting She Wolves of Winterfell, right? That feels like a plot point.
Yeah, dude. Every other chapter of the World of Ice and Fire, somebody escapes on the way to the wall. It happens all the time. Kings and Golden Fetters. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. Let's go back to the Night's King, because I think that's also my favorite one.
Yeah.
Right. The Night's King is wiped from history because of the atrocities he committed. Um, that has always read to me as like political like history like editing.
Yeah.
Um, uh, um, like if a person did these horrible terrible things, you would think that telling people he did these horrible terrible things would help persuade people not to do those horrible terrible things. But if he did like
So
persuasive
erasing somebody from
things,
history is what you do when you don't want somebody to carry the torch of the ideology, right?
exactly. So
If
uh
if you can prove somebody did something bad or even not great, you can make something not great look even worse through a lens of history. Or if they just did something that bad, you can be like, yeah, they did this thing and it was bad.
they did this thing, it was bad. The reason should be obvious that it was bad.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. They wiped his name and deeds from history, and we just have like shadowy stories. So like a very fraught political situation really seems likely to me, and I think this is a fantastic like pitch. But Tom's question is, how would Aemon know that?
Yeah. Yeah. If it was wiped from history, how the fuck would Maester Aemon feel? Unless like the Maester of the Wall gets the secret history. If so, we're in for a really cool Sam chapter.
Yeah.
Well, so the his name was stricken, but like there are obviously records of like some of the stuff that he did. So my thought was if he was kind of acting under assumed authority without having been completely elected, like that time period would still have been documented.
Oh, interesting.
That's true. That would have still been documented. Well, okay, maybe his name is strict from history and it's like a Voldemort sort of thing, but like some of his actions are known and other ones are like only alluded to. That's a classic like revisionist history sort of thing. It's just to cut out the parts that are super inconvenient, acknowledge the ones that are a little more defensible.
Yeah, like uh, and like goings on at because was the Night's Watch still based at the Night Fort at that point?
Yes, I believe so. In the
Okay.
Night's King for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that it changed hands until after Alisand.
Well, so I know that the night fort like still had people at it, but I thought that it wasn't like the main castle
Let me see if
for
I
the
can.
Night's Watch.
Let me see if I can find when it stopped being like the capital, as it were.
Because that would be like another interesting thing, like that if Castle Black was the capital at that point, um, and the Knights King was ruling from you have like a Rome versus Constantinople.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that. There might have been like a full-on leadership dispute sort of thing.
Oh, like a multiple popes thing?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's an anti-pope. Yeah,
Oh, that rocks.
like
That rocks and is also good.
that
Yay.
would explain why there's so many votes too, because they'd be breaking off and holding different conventions, right?
Yeah, yeah. In 2 years, you can crack 700 votes really easily if three different castles are having votes at the same time.
Yeah.
Hmm. I do love the term anti-pope.
It would be a good band name if somebody hasn't taken it yet.
I'm sure they have, but like you could put an exclamation mark on yours and then
Oh,
it
look,
would be different.
there's a band called Anti-Pope. Hold on, let me make sure they're not like highly problematic.
The Night Fort was the largest castle on the wall and the oldest, twice as old as Castle Black. Huh. Interesting. Huh. It was there that the Night's King reigned before his name was wiped from history. And an Andal king, Tywell II Lannister or Oswald Arryn, was served his prince and bacon pie. I love this series.
Oh, the
Oh,
rat
oh my
cook.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Guys, I found it. I found. No, I might not have found it. All right, listen. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Bunk. I'm typing. Zach, I'm typing. Boop.
Oh boy.
300 years before Aegon's conquest, the commanders of Nightfort and Snowgate went to war.
Oh.
300 years before Aegon's conquest is almost on the dot. The Kings of Dorne. Oh, damn it!
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, almost.
Right? That's got to be right.
Yeah.
The timing works out in the broad strokes sort of way.
300. Hang on, I got to retype this. You guys talk about this. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm sorry. Aegon's
Uh,
the commanders. So like maybe the commander of the maybe like the principal lord. The only way they would ever go to war with each other is if they both declared themselves the Lord Commander at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah,
Holy shit, you guys nailed that so good. This is absolutely a multiple pope situation.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I think that's very yeah. And then if you have different people like getting in on this, taking sides as the battle goes back and forth, right? If you have the people at Snowgate and the people at the Night Fort have their own version of the Night's Watch, and then somebody at Eastwatch switches sides multiple times, they might vote to reaffirm the person.
Eventually both lost their heads to the Stark in Winterfell, by the way, which is very fun.
And then if you're holding the vote in one of the other places, enough of them could have said that neither of them were legitimate, held their own votes, and either uh, got somebody through or said, we don't have a quorum, so that vote was purely performative, sort of thing. And then when the Stark and Winterfell comes and beheads both the offending candidates, then you could have a follow-up messy convention from all the people who just lost their brothers in that battle who don't want to vote on the same side. So it could be political crisis, big political crisis that explains all this.
Interesting. Extremely interesting.
You have one vote, or the one thing that goes like 100 days and destroys the functionality. A war breaks out during which multiple like smaller votes break out to legitimize one person in the eyes of the others as like a political performance thing. None of that works. They all fight and die, and then you have another 50-day stretch of trying to find leadership afterwards. I mean, if you look at the uh, if you look at the American Civil War as an example, the race beforehand, you had a party implode, and it was a four-way race because the nomination uh, led to like multiple walkouts for the Democratic Party at the time, and then afterwards you had severe factionalism in the Republican Party in the North, leading to the impeachment of uh, President Johnson, which he only survived by one vote, and historically he was not expecting that to happen. He was so shocked, actually, that he did not get removed from office that he started pouring drinks for everybody in the room because he didn't like he was preparing to leave, so he just threw a party instead. So like a period of violent instability surrounded by civil instability.
Oh,
I think we cracked this one.
damn it. The internet's gonna get so mad at me. Oh, I can hear you in the comments. She sent 6 kings to the wall, not 7.
Oh no. In the comments below, let us know how many kings she sent to the wall.
In
Uh,
in the kings below, tell us how many comments you're about to leave. Um, Ironwood, Fowler, Dryland, Blackmont, Manwoody, and Dane.
And Dane.
And Dane. Oh, damn it. I also have the timeline wrong. Shit.
Oh,
Wait, hang on. Maybe the wiki has the timeline wrong. The wiki is telling me that Nymeria's landing was 700 years before Aegon's conquest. I could have sworn it's 700 years before now.
well, and again, like, anything before the conquest, the timeline is really fuzzy.
Mhm.
Like, I don't believe Winterfell's been there for 8,000 years. I don't think anybody really does.
Yeah, it's been there for 20,000 years. Everyone knows
Mm-mm.
that. um. Oh, damn it. All right, the Roynish Wars. Yeah, nothing ever gets dates in this series.
Yeah, which I mean,
Nothing.
like, it
yeah.
Yeah.
does make sense. And I think I brought this up in my dragon video that, like, it's not like they have carbon dating. It's not like they have archaeologists. So, if and the records are limited, things get lost. So, well, and some of it is documented like after the fact.
This is extremely true. Hmm. I mean, is this our video, guys? I kind of like it.
I think we found some compelling answers to this, and I think that the whether the war is the Kings of Dorne or not, that is probably the most compelling point to look at. Is there's a very good reason why political instability would be in that point, and it makes sense why there would be so many votes around it, as compared to like as we said from the beginning. There's no way the Night's Watch was a functional entity with 700 votes going on. No, no shot. So
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Tom, I think this is the best answer.
Cool.
Yay!
To finish, we'll return to one of our outtakes. Somebody give me something you can say on the bridge of the Enterprise, but not in the bedroom. We're gonna wait right here.
Hold on. Can you change it? Can you change that? I have a really good one.
Oh,
Can
do
you
the Janeway protocol.
can
Yeah,
you
there
wait?
it is. Goodbye, everybody.
Uh,